Hey everybody, this is Mike Schrank. Welcome to this series of 10 bot demos and code reviews for the book, Developing Bots with Selenium Python. If you got here via a link from the book, well, thank you. If you got here because you used a shared link, well, thank you as well. But please remember to like and subscribe below.
The creative misapplication of technology.
Hey everybody, it's Mike, and this is Project 5. In honor of it being our fifth one, I am wearing my DEF CON 5 t-shirt that I purchased back in 1997 when I covered DEF CON 5 for Computer World magazine. That's how old this shirt is. You can do the math. Selenium provides action chains to give the developer the ability to do a lot of things that users do with the mouse. All of those kinds of triggers and features that you get with a mouse, you're able to also do with Selenium. Our target web page basically has a bunch of jQuery kind of controls on them. One of them is a drag and drop. So you put your mouse into drag me, you click on it, and you drag it into drop here. And if you do it successfully, it'll say drop. I have another example of the same one here because what tends to happen is bots will grab this and just instantaneously move it over to the target, which isn't very human. So I have another example where the bot takes a more human approach and it drags it a little bit more slowly and drops it in. In addition to that, this is also in a frame. You will find frames when you're doing automation projects, especially on legacy projects. They adapt things into frames so that they fit into more modern systems. Even in 2023, you will see a lot of frames. We also have a jQuery slider where we bring it off to some offset. I believe it's like 125% or something like that. And then we have a date picker. We do some things with the date picker, however, that show that sometimes you don't have to do things the way you're expected to do it. So that's coming right up. So let's take a look at this bot. Let's run the bot, and then we will look at the source code. So we load the web page, and we're going to do the drag and drop. Notice how quick that was. Let's try doing one that's a little bit more smooth. Yeah, smooth is better. I would say smooth is much better. Now we do the slider. And the date picker, this is one of those cases where all you really need is to write the date you want in the format they expect into a text box, and that's what we're doing here. We're writing the 4th of July, 2023 into the date box. The calendar complete, closing WebDriver, and that is the demonstration of that bot. All right, let's look at the code. The people who wrote Selenium found a really nice way to script rather intricate mouse movements like drag and drop, right mouse, click, double click, that kind of stuff. Let me show you how that kind of stuff is done. All right, so let's see what we can do here. We're going to grab our website, and this is the example website that I showed you earlier. We create an object, event draggable, and we create an object, event droppable. And we're going to drag the draggable object into the droppable object. Okay. And you notice we use find element by ID. Again, I'm not going to talk about that a whole lot because that should be coming pretty matter of fact to you now. All right, so we're starting our drag and drop. So I'm going to create an object called actions, which is derived from our driver, okay? So I'm putting in a random weight here. I'm writing to the log file, drag draggable into droppable. So what I'm doing here is I'm just doing a function in actions called drag and drop, where I specify the element that's draggable and the element that's droppable, and I say perform. Okay. And that will instantaneously take the draggable into the droppable, which is something we're trying to avoid here. So we're going to do a smooth one. And you notice we come along and do all the same things. The one thing that's different is that we switch into the frame, and this is how you do that. You get to the top element by doing this, and then you go into your frame right here, and this is the name of the frame. We load our elements, where we load the objects that refer to our elements. And basically all we're doing here is there is another action that we can add to the chain called click and hold and move by offset. That's what we're doing, and we're just creating that offset in a for next loop. as you can see with XPOS and YPOS. And that's how we're getting the smooth drag, just by doing it with an offset. Slider is very easy. Again, we create a slider object from the driver, and we create an action chain based off that. And the way that operation works is we set our offset, and then we create an action chain that is move to element, and that's slider. We're telling it where we're going to move to. We're doing a click and hold, move by offset 126. That's our offset. That's how far we're going to move it. And then we release, and then we perform that chain of actions. Then we wait a little bit. Date picker, remember I said we weren't going to actually use the date picker GUI. We're just going to write our date into the text file. And that's what we're doing right here. We do click on it, so we make it look like we're using it, but we're really just sending some send keys off to the text field called date picker. And then the calendar is complete. And we wait just a moment, and that's the end of the payload. And the framework then takes us off to close gracefully. Coming up next, Project 6, something you'll be doing a lot of, parsing and aggregation.